Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to another round of Way of the Hunter. We are going to jump back into Transylvania. If there is anything strange with the stream audio or anything like that today, I apologize. Both OBS and Windows had an update and I hope I fixed everything they broke. But I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, we are going to jump back into Transylvania. Just going to interact real quickly here to refill our storage. Let me actually see what we have here. We have the SM-12 and Grandpa's old rifle. Okay. Do we have the different ammos? Tier 4 and Tier 5. Okay. Hey Typo, how's it going? Alright, let's see. First of all, we have a whole lot of these to remove. It is almost 12 o'clock in-game, which means it is sleeping time for bears. And of course, we are going to continue our Great Bear Census. So we're gonna have to look at all of these bears. Gotta find them all. I am once again going to move this window over to my second screen so I can actually have this map open while looking at the game at the same time, which is very useful. But we are going to continue to find and, well, hopefully find and mark those bears. Okay. First bear is this guy that's somewhere over here. So he should have a sleeping zone up here and another sleeping zone around here. And then we have one with a sleeping zone. God, where is this guy? It's from these down here. Sleeping zone around here. And another sleeping zone roughly up here. We have one that has a sleeping zone here and another sleeping zone over here, roughly. Something like that. So let's get over here and get going. Hey Horror Reaction and Gaming, how's it going? Alright. I think we have something like a dozen bears left, so let's hope that we can actually find them all. Because I want to be done with this bear census. Finally got my PC back. Oh, that's good. More time for gaming. It was on maintenance. Oh, that always sucks. But that does actually remind me, sometime during the Christmas holidays I need to open mine up and clean it out. Because it's been a while since I did that. Poor thing. But yeah, I gotta do that when I have a period where I am not needed at work for at least a day or two. Where it doesn't matter if I'm cleaning everything out, backing everything up. Let's see if we can already see something. No. God, I can never get over how short the camera range is before you get the perk. It's ridiculous. Those are just boulders, not bears. And my Windows is already 11, not 10 anymore. I loved Windows 10 much more. Oh yeah, I resist every single attempt that Microsoft throws at me for switching to Windows 11. Like, I get that about every other month or so when it does the updates. It's like, hey, try out Windows 11. I'm like, my job is literally in gaming. I have to be able to run the games that we are publishing. And right now they are running fine on my Windows 10 machine. I have heard horror stories about how shit breaks on Windows 11. I do not want that. Like, it legit could be a huge mess for my work, so no. Thank you, but no, I will not take Windows 10. Windows 11, sorry. Also, I just realized, are we on adventurer difficulty or hiker? Because I know I spent some time on the upper branch on hiker difficulty. So right now my worry is that I forgot to switch difficulties again. By the way, I've heard some terrifying stories of people who got some scary viruses on their computers. Well, the thing with viruses is, most of the time you will be fine with what is already installed on your PC with Microsoft Defender, which is basically Microsoft's own firewall and virus scan. Most of the time that will serve you just fine, so long as you remember not to click any links that you don't know where they're going. Like, be careful when clicking links. Be careful when replying to emails from senders that you don't know and shit like that. And be careful when you download files that you scan them every time to make sure that they are actually safe before you interact with them. I think it's been, God, at least 15 years since the last time my computer had a virus. And thankfully, I've only twice had a virus that was so bad that I had to format the entire C drive. Which is also one thing I can really recommend, is when you set up a new PC, when you set up your OS and everything, and you turn on the PC for the first time, you can choose to have your you can choose to have your hard drive separated, so it will still be one physical hard drive, but separated into different partitions. And I always recommend making one partition for C drive, which is where your Windows is installed and where your programs is installed and all that. And then one drive for all your data, which is where you install your games, or where you put, for example, my entire Steam library is actually installed on a separate partition, where you put all of your files, like all of your music and stuff like that. So that if you ever get a virus, because viruses usually install themselves in the C drive because that's where they are harder to remove, they install themselves in system files, in Windows files, and in install files for setups. And then you can just format the C drive. And yes, you're gonna have to reinstall all of your, you have to reinstall your Windows and you have to reinstall your programs, and that's going to suck. But it's going to suck a whole lot less if you can still safely have all your data on D and not touch it when you reformat your drive. That just makes shit so much easier, because I would rather just nuke my C drive and spend an hour or two reinstalling Windows and reinstalling all my Office software and stuff like that, than having to deal with trying to identify which parts of my massive data drive are actually infected or not. Like, that's just not fun for anyone. Like, then I would have to do backups of my data drive before I format shit, and that's just not fun for anybody. So it's a lot easier to just have them partitioned. But normally you should not need that. If you're smart about what links you click and what you do with downloaded files and emails and such, then that should not be an issue. Like, free Nitro for Discord, big scam it is. Yeah, that is why I said don't click on anything. Like, basically, if you did not ask for it, don't click on it. And if it's something that just comes out of the blue, even if it comes from a friend account, your friend might have gotten hacked. if it just comes out of the blue, something you didn't ask for and something weird, then just don't click it. And there are a bunch of scams that are common on Discord, but we do keep an eye out for those. Our moderators know to keep an eye out for those, so usually we catch them before they affect users, so that's good. Alright, we got a point of interest here. What do we have? Let's see if Tibor has to cry in Romanian. Paturile de fan, Haywoods. I have no idea if that is correct or not. Okay, now with this bear we have to be a bit more careful because I have no idea if I... Fun means hey. Okay, that's good. That's a good start. Direct translation again. Well, if it still makes sense, then I'm fine with a direct translation. So long as it's not something completely weird that actually says, like, instead of Haywoods, it says Stonewoods or something, I'm good with it. Alright. There's supposed to be a bear somewhere around here. Those are rocks. If they are up there, we're going to be in trouble because we're not going to be able to see them. We're not going to be able to spot them in time. Let me double check that we're really going to the right place. That was this one. Oh wait, we're still a little bit away from where we need to be. It should be over here. Okay. Hopefully we can get over this little hill here. And then spot our bears without spooking them. And just checked for any important updates for Reanimal, not yet. Yeah. When there is something really important, like a release date or something like that, or a new trailer, we will let you guys know. No bears yet. Oh wait, I think I saw one of them. Yes, there he is. Right there in the center of the screen, that's a bear. Okay. But we got some new screenshots of the game from a magazine called Edge. Yep. I think there's a Reddit thread that has all of them. Which was a really cool opportunity for Tarsier. Like, Edge magazine has been around for a long time. And they are really, really good. Okay, I do not like this. I do not like that I have to be so close to these bears. One of them is moving and one of them is lying still. Young male. That is all I needed to know. Thank you. That is going to be a 1-star young, marked in yellow. We no longer care. Let's move on. Actually, let's grab these first. Because I'm pretty sure at least 1 or 2 of them are campsites and 1 is a photo opportunity. So let's grab these while we're here. And actually, before we do that... No, wait. If it's a campsite, I want to grab the campsite first, because if we switch difficulty now, or if we check the difficulty now, we'll be back at the lodge. Yep, those are the bears. Hello. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing? Oh! I guess we're going back to the lodge anyway. I did not think they would run me over. So excited for Little Nightmares 3 too. Yeah, the Tarsia fans or Little Nightmares fans are eating good right now. Okay, exit to main menu, story... No, we're still in adventure. Okay. We're good. Okay. Well, I guess now we're gonna have to take a different path to get there. We don't need these. I think one of these is a campsite as well. Let me actually double check that in Nekabo's map. Oh, this is a campsite. Okay. Well, I think I'm still gonna go. And this is another photo spot if I'm not mistaken. So what we're gonna do is... I'm gonna just put a marker here. And one over here. We're going to go... We might as well grab these while we're here. We're gonna go from this parking lot over here, up here. Grab these 3 things and then we check on our bears. How much longer do we have for the sleeping time? Until 3. So I have about an hour and a half. Hey Bayek, how's it going? Okay, this way. Really, that's a whole kilometer to get over there? Well, I did not expect that. And I guess in the meantime, since this is grassland, we can keep our eyes open in case we see some badgers or hares. Or boars. All animals which we need. So there's a bunch of animals here that we could still use for missions on the way. It's going good. I found an issue with a setting in Way of the Hunter. Okay. It's almost like the toggle is required on. Which toggle are we talking about? Fox? Oh, no, wait, that's a jackal. Adult female, 1-star adult, 1-star adult. We do still need shackles, so... Let me see if I can see how many of them there are. I can't. Young female, adult female. 2 young females and 1 adult female. I think there was a 1-star young, yeah. And I think that there was a 1-star adult in there somewhere as well. One star young, 1-star adult, yeah. So that's a pack of 5, and you guys are over there. Okay, well, we're not gonna look there for high fitness shackles, so we do need a 1-star, I think a 1-star of any kind, but I'm gonna try to go for a 1-star mature. And we do need a 5-star mature for the shackles. That's gonna be the biggest problem. But shackles live a lot shorter than bears, which is why I wanna deal with the bears first. Because those are gonna be the ones that we're gonna have to manage for the longest. Sadly, no bunnies, no boars, and no red deer. Oh well. Okay, and the anti-aliasing. If you have 2 FXA and temporal, if you turn that setting off, the game just looks very bad. Yeah, the anti-aliasing debate, that's been going on for a long time. I assure you the developers are well aware of all the complaints that have been leveled against that system and the graphics of the game in general. Nothing in long distance either. Alright, moving on. Can you whisper in their ear for Christmas release a DLC for Red Ryder BB gun? I want to hurt beer bottles. The thing is, about DLCs, I think people generally underestimate how much time it actually makes. How much time it takes from the suggestion of the DLC to when the DLC actually arrives. Regardless of how many people request this DLC, regardless of how much the developers want to have a DLC, regardless of how much anybody wants to have a DLC. Because everything about that needs to go through multiple rounds of approvals and testing and such. And if you're asking for license stuff, then it's going to be even tougher. Because then you have to negotiate with the licensing partner. And that just drags things out forever. Like, I see that all the time when people complain about, like, oh, why did you drop a DLC for this or that right now? Nobody needs that right now. And I'm like, every single time I see that, I just think about how long it takes to get stuff like that actually made, how many months and sometimes years in advance. You need to plan for stuff like that. And I want to go, if I had a crystal ball to look into the future and see how things are going to be going and what the general mood is going to be like a year and a half from now, that would be great. But unfortunately, we are not there yet. We don't have that technology.